Welcome to the Munich Airport. In this episode of Little Did You Know Travel, Munich is Europe's first 5-star airport in Europe. Istanbul is the only other one with that title, and Munich surely deserves it. It has grown in its 30 years of existence so significantly, going from a single terminal airport to a dual terminal airport with a new satellite terminal for Terminal 2 and an additional expansion of Terminal 1 underway right now. In today's episode, we'll take a look at Munich Airport, plus we'll take a peek at the Hilton Munich Airport Hotel. All of that's coming up on this episode of Little Did You Know Travel. Hey there from the Hilton Munich Airport, literally in between both terminals. The Star Alliance Lufthansa terminal is that way, behind me now, and then all other airlines are on the other side. I am on the, I guess you would call it the veranda of the Executive Lounge. I do have to say, the Executive Lounge decor, very modern, Scandinavian-like, pretty cool. So here we are, outside, nothing like a nice spring day. You get a free drink at the lounge, and then you can just chill outside. And boy, it is a little warm. I have my European Coke, which is much better than the US Coke. I don't know why, but yeah, we'll take a look at this lounge. It looks promising. They have two things for hot items. Normally between 6 and 8:30, I think the sign said. There's happy hour, complimentary drinks, beer, wine, maybe spirits, we'll see, and finger foods, and then that'll determine what I do for dinner. Now let's head to the room. I was on the 6th floor of the newer wing of this hotel. A little background on this hotel: it was built as a Kempinski hotel, which is a luxury German brand, and it was that way almost for 20 some years. Then Hilton took it over a few years back and greatly invested in this property and renovated and built an entire new wing. So let's check out the room now. So again, this is a brand new section, less than a few years old. You do pay a little more for these, as a Diamond now is upgraded to one of these rooms, and these are normally categorized as the executive room. So a decent sized room, not huge, but most airport hotels you're there for one night. I do like the local feel they added to it. You might have noticed on the back headboard there was some Alps or mountains shown there. Interesting artwork that looks like a flight map, and also there on the glass accents. And then I guess Bavaria is known for cows, so we had a cow printed pillow. Now my view, not fantastic, but it is an airport. Definitely good for plane watching. I watched planes taking off all day and night, which was pretty cool. So like I said, you're between the two terminals, Terminal 2 and 1. So great location no matter what airline you're flying. Very modern for the thermostat. I will tell you, it did get a little warm in this hotel, and my automatic blinds didn't work. I did report that, and unfortunately that wasn't addressed on my visit, so that was a bit disappointing. A typical airport hotel closet. You do have a safe there, which is a nice perk, a pair of slippers, ironing board, and an iron. So overall, pretty well appointed hotel. A very modern bathroom with a fantastic shower. Love the rainfall shower head along with the handheld option. Just a great shower overall. The bathroom had a tub as well with that glass that you couldn't see through, but that let natural light in, so you didn't feel really boxed in this bathroom. Typical Hilton amenities there, the Crabtree and Evelyn products. Now this toilet was somewhat normal until you got to the flush. Which one do I pick? The big one or the little one? I'm going to go for that. So really a great bathroom, very modern, very clean, definitely feels super high end. And again, this hotel had a lot of modern things like these light switches. It had nighttime mode with a little accent lights underneath the bathroom cabinets, which was nice while it's very dark out in the room. So, and then a master switch as well, which was a bit confusing. Take some time to get to it. That card slot is the master power, so your air conditioning doesn't work unless you have your key card in that slot. Overall, the room was great. I love the modern touches and the decor that tied in Bavaria with the cow pillow, the Alps, and even that little airport map they did on the glass in the wall. A nice reading light there next to your bed. My favorite thing was this power, a USB power, a standard outlet, and then a USB TV connectivity port right next to the bed, and that reading light. Now the regular lights, there was so many options for lights in this room. You could have spent hours figuring out the lights. Luckily there was a master power button that just turned everything on or off. A tea and coffee station there, that was complimentary. And there was a gift in the room, chocolate and water, which was a nice touch. The room service menu, it's airport prices, but not horrible at all. This hotel has views all around as it's primarily constructed of glass. In the executive wing and that new modern wing, you do have your own bank of elevators. In the main lobby, there's 2 banks of elevators that serve that busier, bigger wing. So being in that executive wing, it's kind of nice because the elevators are never really busy. So I'm going to head down to the executive lounge before we start our tour of the Munich airport. You need your key card to get down to 0. 0 is ground floor in Germany and most of Europe. Man, all this glass. Can you imagine being the poor cleaning people that have to keep this elevator and just the building clean with all the glass? I looked for fingerprints. I couldn't find any. Very impressive. So I'm going to head to the lounge real quick, grab a quick free drink, and then we'll head over to the airport. All right, so I'm at the Munich airport, and I'll tell you what, this hotel's convenient. That's the Hilton right back there. Kind of cool. And this is close to the Lufthansa terminal, Terminal 2. Most Star Alliance carriers fly out of Terminal 2. I believe Turkish does not. There might be a few others, but Turkish I know for sure. But this is a cool kind of open area here. There is actually a beer garden called Airbrow. It's decent. I might probably end up eating there tonight, but right down below. So you do have a long connection. You can leave and go have a beer in the beer garden. There's also a McDonald's and a grocery store where I'm going to be heading to do a little bit of grocery shopping. Now this is a full-blown grocery store, full size, from fruit, vegetables, dairy, butcher, it's all here. This is a pretty large grocery store for Germany standards. It's located in the Munich Airport Center, right between the 2 terminals. Now what I do is I shop for beer and other German foods that I like. Look at the price of these beer. €1.09, 99 euro cents. That's about $1.20, $1.25 for a half liter of good Bavarian German beer. You can't beat that. There's also a lot of knick-knacky type of stuff that you can get as if you want to get some people some gifts from Germany. Reasonably priced compared to what you would pay in an airport or a souvenir shop. You can pick up some gummy bears. So this grocery store located in the Munich Airport Center is definitely a stop for me, and I do stock up on a lot of goodies. Now let's take a look at Terminal 2, which is the Lufthansa Group and Star Alliance terminal. So the Lufthansa Group, all except Eurowings and Eurowings Discover, they're going to be over in Terminal 1. And in some itineraries, you could connect from Lufthansa to Eurowings, or even a Star Alliance partner to Eurowings. So be aware that is in a different terminal here at Munich. All right, let's go in Terminal 2. Now this is the upper level, which is the check-in area for primarily Lufthansa and a lot of the European Star Alliance members. Lufthansa handles the check-in procedures for airlines like Aegean, Croatian Airlines, Egyptian Air, LOT Polish, Scandinavian Airlines, and TAP Portugal. And all of that is broken into classes of service. So what we see here on the end here with the green signs, that's a self-service economy check-in, meaning you use a computer to get your boarding pass and your baggage tags, and you just throw your bags on a belt, and you don't even have to deal with a human at all. And around the corner on the other side is the general economy check-in. Now it is a mix of machines and humans here to help you to get checked in. Now you'll notice downstairs, section 304 to 335, that's where you're going to have check-in area for United, Thai, Singapore Airlines, Air China, ANA, Air Canada. It's all going to be down one level. But this upper level is really open and airy, really makes the airport feel really big. Here is the business class check-in for the Lufthansa Group, and again, some Star Alliance partners. Notice that tall sign there. It breaks down who handles where to check in, so it is pretty user-friendly the way everything is signed here at Munich Airport. And really, any employee, or really anybody around, is really helpful, but the signs do a really good job. I love this airport. It is a 5-star airport. It's one of 2 in Europe that is rated as a 5-star airport by Skytrax. And I just love this old school kind of flight board up here. I don't know. It's the aviation geek in me that really likes that. And of course, it wouldn't be Germany without a dog just walking around the airport. I think he's heading to where I check in, the first class area. Lufthansa does a really good job at treating status passengers, even from other partner airlines, with a lot of perks. One is this first class check-in area. So if you're flying Lufthansa, Austrian, or really any of these airlines that Lufthansa handles the check-in procedures for, and you have Star Alliance Gold status, you can use this check-in area even if you're flying economy. And the best thing is there's a secret little line that goes right to security. So you check in, drop your bags, and you're through security in a matter of minutes. It is a fantastic perk. There's a similar situation at Frankfurt Airport, but Munich's is much, much better. I don't fly till tomorrow morning, so let's head back over to the Hilton and check out the executive lounge, see what's on the menu for tonight's evening service and happy hour, and then tomorrow morning we'll go through security and check out the other side of Munich Airport. The lobby of the Hilton is very open and airy, and don't forget to say Grüß Gott or hello to Hilda when you walk into the hotel. That's the check-in area. Never saw a long wait there, so in a pretty large area, but the lobby as a whole just feels endless with these views, just beautiful, wide open, a great place to hang out. So let's go back to the executive lounge. Let's head on down to Zero. Unfortunately, the menu for this evening was not something I would really enjoy. A vegetarian chili and some fish and rice, and some small bites, some bread, some sandwiches, and salad, along with an open bar, all complimentary, and of course, some good German beer for the taking. There's plenty of seating options in the lounge, from tables to little banquettes. And of course, if you want to go outside or just look outside, those seating options are there for you as well. Overall, a very solid executive lounge at a Hilton in Europe. Of course, there's soft drinks and coffee available whenever the lounge is open. And there is a little cell phone charging bank there, which is kind of cool. So yeah, definitely a nice lounge at the Hilton Munich Airport. Well, it's been a long day, so I'm heading up to bed. And yeah, it looks like it's the middle of the day, but no, it was like 9 p.m. Sun was setting really late in Munich in late spring. And I have a really early morning flight tomorrow to Tallinn, Estonia. So we'll get up bright and early, eat some breakfast at the restaurant, and then head back to Terminal 2, and we'll look at the other side of security and the Lufthansa lounges. Good morning and welcome to the Mountain Hub, the restaurant here at the Hilton Munich Airport. As a Hilton Diamond, I was given access for a free breakfast at this Alpine themed restaurant. What a great breakfast. Made to order eggs and omelets, a lot of hot items on a buffet style, plus bakery items and fresh fruits. Really a solid breakfast. Quite amazing, actually. Well, but that's it. It's time to go. It's time to say bye to Hilda and head back to the airport for our early morning flight over to Tallinn, Estonia. Welcome to Munich Airport. This is Terminal 2, the home of Star Alliance, Lufthansa, and their partners. There's a few Star Alliance airlines that don't fly out of here. I think Turkish is one of them. But Terminal 2 is the newer terminal. Munich Airport just hit 30 years, but this terminal probably 20 years? I don't know for sure. So Lufthansa has a hell of a lounge network here. They're pretty good at signing stuff, but a lot of things are closed still due to COVID. There's also a new terminal, a new satellite terminal that opened up, and that's where my gate is. So that's the K gate. That's where we're going to be headed. Before we head over to the satellite terminal, let's just walk around the main terminal of Terminal 2. Lufthansa has this interesting concept called a Senator Cafe. Star Alliance Gold has access to this. It's only open during the week, at least when I was there. Check hours, it might have updated. But it has made-to-order coffees, sandwiches. It's kind of like a Starbucks-esque type of environment. Definitely good for the grab-and-go or the quick visits. There is, of course, full lounges in this main building as well. The Lufthansa Service Center is right here. Serves a bunch of different airlines. They can help you out there, and the machines are also there. I always like to pull up my reservation, view the seat chart to see if my seating situation is still good. And these machines are super easy. You just say, hey, I want to scan my barcode of my boarding pass, pop your boarding pass underneath in the little scanner area there, and it will bring your reservation up. And I only have one flight today. Of course, we need to confirm that we took a COVID test. I'm in business class, seat 2A, and there's the seat map for business. Looks pretty open. I like that window seat, so I'm not going to change anything here. Confirm that. And you can always print an extra boarding pass. I do like to just grab an extra one that I can keep as a souvenir or just keep in my back pocket, especially to get in and out of the lounges. You're going to scan those barcodes on your boarding pass. Let's head over to the satellite terminal. My gates are K gates, which is a Schengen zone gate, meaning you don't have to cross any borders because you're sticking within the EU's kind of agreed area where no passports are needed. You'll notice on those signs it was also an L gate. That's above the K gates. Now they do require you to go through passport control. There's one centralized area before you go up to that level, and all the flights that leave from the upper deck of the satellite terminal go to non-Schengen countries. Once you reach the bottom of that really long escalator, time to jump on the underground train taking you over to the satellite terminal. It's early on a Sunday morning. It's just after 7 o'clock. This side of the airport is pretty dead. There's a train that runs back and forth. It was me and a few other people on the train, but there's lounges over here. I'm going to head there next, but heading to Tallinn, Estonia today. So it's a one flight in business class on Lufthansa, technically operated by Lufthansa City Line, which is kind of one of their owned companies that is just a subsidiary. So my boarding pass says Lufthansa City Line. It is an A319, which is also new for that airline. Normally, Lufthansa City Line operated a smaller regional aircraft, like regional jets and stuff like that. But they have a few A319s, which are a bigger, it's the smallest of the Airbus A320 family, but most of you don't care about that. But that's what we're riding over. It is a inter-European business class, which means the middle seat is just blocked. The check-in agent at the Lufthansa first class counter, where Star Alliance Gold can check in, it's kind of this exclusive little area that has its own security line, access directly to a line. There's only 3 people in business class, so it's going to be quite open. And there's 3 rows total. So Lufthansa does a good job of trying to keep it as open as possible. One other tip, if you ever fly Lufthansa or any of the Lufthansa family of airlines, which is Austrian, Lufthansa, Swiss, Brussels to an extent, they're part of the family, but for what I'm going to tell you, if you have Star Alliance Gold status with any airline, make sure your number's on your reservation, even if you're not earning miles and you want your boarding pass to have this, which is like Star G. So mine is UA Star G, United Airlines Star G. If you had, like say, Turkish Airlines Star Gold, it would be TK Star G. That Star G on your boarding pass will block a middle seat, even in economy if available. So always ask the check-in agent or look on the map. If you pick a seat, make sure there's one next to you. Or if you're traveling with 2 people, pick a window in an aisle and a 3 across, and the system will block that middle seat. In the event that someone does show up for that middle seat, if you do want to sit next to each other, I don't think anyone's going to bother in switching seats with one of you if you both want a window in the middle or an aisle in the middle. So that's just a great tip if you have Star Gold status. Lufthansa, it still does it. It's a nice perk. It's paid off a lot over the years, so it's pretty cool. All right, so let's head to the lounge. 2 types of lounges here. The business class lounge, which I would have access with my fare, but there's also a senator lounge, which I have access with my Star Alliance Gold status. So off to the lounge we go. Morgen. Danke. So simply scanning my boarding pass got me into the Senator Lounge with that Star Alliance Gold status. Lounge wasn't that crowded yet, but these lounges do tend to fill up pretty quickly. Always like to check the flight board. Where's my flight? There it is, Tallinn. That's where we're heading. We don't know our gate exact number yet, but we know we're in the right satellite terminal. So let's check out what's on offer in this Lufthansa Senator Lounge in Munich around the K gates. There is, some cake, some fresh fruit, some yogurt, and of course the staple in Bavaria beer. You either have a Weissen beer or a Helles or a lager. Yeah, it was running at a little past 7 in the morning. If you're more of a coffee drinker, you have those options as well. Oh, did you forget the beer? There's more beer. Beer everywhere. And if you take a look at that top shelf, wow, yeah, that's all for the taking. High-end spirits there. Yeah, it's early in the morning. They don't care. Food-wise, looking pretty decent. Let's start with the kind of cold cuts and cheese, more the traditional continental breakfast. Some bacon, some stewed tomatoes, and then scrambled eggs, and some baked goods, some pretzels, rolls, croissants, etc. I'm a bacon guy. We need to get some bacon. One more, a little more. Not that one. This one. This one's good. I'll move that over. I need more room. And we're going to skip the eggs. Not sure how me and eggs will do on a flight, but got a cheesy pretzel. Yum, yum. So after some sparkling water and breakfast, it's time to leave the Lufthansa Senator Lounge and head to our gate and get on board our flight to Tallinn, Estonia. Love walking around Munich Airport. A lot of great views of aircraft at the apron. Found the gate. K28 is the gate. A little bit early, and I spotted my aircraft for the day, this Lufthansa CityLine A319. All right, heading to my flight. Here we go. So they just made the boarding is completed announcement. There's me and another person in business class. Again, business class is an empty seat between two regular economy seats. But it is nice when you have a private cabin. It looks pretty full in the back. Not completely full, but definitely tighter. It's very interesting. This particular aircraft is an A319-100 operated by Lufthansa City Line. Lufthansa City Line is a fully owned subsidiary of Lufthansa. Normally operates smaller regional aircraft. They acquired these A319s from another Lufthansa-owned airline, Austrian Airlines, which I just flew over the ocean and to Munich. So it's kind of funny in this aircraft. The accents are all in red, Austrian's color. The seat belts are red. The tray table clip is red, and even the bulkhead has the Austrian Airlines logo on it, which is actually surprising for Lufthansa because Lufthansa is like very committed to branding. As we taxi to the runway, I confirmed with a crew member, and it's pretty obvious, these aircraft were transferred from Austrian Airlines to Lufthansa City Line. So Austrian doesn't fly any A319s anymore. All of them went to City Line, and then now operate short hops within Germany and to Europe. And really, this flight was one of their longest flights, Lufthansa City Line, that is. So the crews are kind of specific for this, and it's a whole bunch of reasons why airlines are doing this. Mostly it's union contracts and pay contracts. So that's all of that. So yeah, it's a little weird being on a Lufthansa branded plane with red accents everywhere. Nevertheless, taxiing around Munich Airport, a lot of great airplane watching to be done. And we were quickly making our way to the runway, preparing for takeoff. This is a great opportunity for me to remind you to make sure you subscribe to Little Did You Know Travel. Hit that little bell button so you're notified when new videos are uploaded. And of course, make sure you like this video. So we're off and headed to Tallinn, Estonia. And in terms as a seat tour of this plane, well, not much to show you. Again, it's a standard economy seat. The business class is up front, and then your middle seats are blocked. So there you go. That's the tour of the cabin. There was a light meal served on this flight. I can't tell you exactly what everything was, but what I did eat was tasty and appreciated for a short business class flight within Europe. Of course, refills were plentiful, and I was provided a couple of these Lufthansa chocolates. Well, this short flight is coming to an end, and we're coming in for a landing in Tallinn, Estonia. Thanks for joining me today. In our next episode, we will explore the wonderful city and old town of Tallinn, plus take a look at the Hilton Tallinn Park, a fairly new hotel that is just fantastic. All of that's coming up on our next episode. Thanks again for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time on Little Did You Know Travel.